definitely been a minute. I'm just getting over getting sick. Finally, feeling better. Of course, I would finally get the panorama, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, but I'm feeling a lot better now. To talk about a movie I just saw yesterday, and that film is Jordan Peele's Nope. So, right off the bat, I will say this is 100% a very, very, very slow burn type of movie. Like, some things happen there, here and there, but for the most part, it's a lot of dialogue and a lot of sequences of really disturbing stuff. Like, I'm not going to get into spoilers here, but there are some sequences in particular that I was like, oh wow, okay, he's really pushing the boundaries again. But I like, one of the things that I do enjoy about Jordan Peele is his gore that he features in his film is very much less is more, you know? He lets you hear the sounds and the squelches of someone, you know, being hurt. But it's, you know, it's not really on screen. And I think that that's great because I am one of those people that, like, as I got older, I realized that I don't need to see, like, terrible instances of people being, you know, just, like, hurt. I'm gonna use that word just so I could, you know, stay within the parameters of YouTube censors. And, I think that he really, like, knows how to pull that and do it in a way that, while it is disturbing, it's just, you know, it's enough for you to use your own imagination as to what happens. And I think that that's an art that is pretty much missing, an art form that has been missing from everything that happens mainstream nowadays. While I do like, you know, shows like The Boys and stuff like that, I do enjoy every once in a while, you know, a nice tame, mature film. And that's what Nope is. It's definitely a mature science fiction comedy type of film with its own, you know, its own message, you know, a theme that is very popular in Jordan Peele films. And yeah, you know, that's really, really prominent here. And, you know, you could find more than one thing, but the most important one was, you know, the whole thing about being a spectacle and, you know, how much you're willing to sacrifice, or, you know, how you can be swayed by greed and stuff like that. And he does it in a great way. Initially, when I was trying to really, like, think about the film after watching it, I tried to really sit down and think, while there are elements I do not like, there's a lot more that I do. But unfortunately, this film does not hold a candle to his first film. I think that his first film, Get Out, was just like his smartest film, honestly. And it was just like, honestly, his best one of the three films of his discography at the moment, of filmography at the moment. But I do think that a really shining point for this film is the characters. I think that Keke Palmer's character is a great addition to, you know, characters of his films. She really brings a lot to the table with humor and you know, as well as growth, for sure. Like, you get to see that character go from, you know, almost like the way her character's portrayed is almost like a carefree teenager. I know she's an adult, but they present her like she's carefree and all that stuff, and then by the end, you're cheering her on because she's matured so much. And also the dynamic between the siblings, they just work well together. And then I also really, really liked Stephen Yeun's character because his character just had a lot to do with the story. Although, maybe someone else can, relate his subplot to the story better than I can, but I feel like his subplot gets really tossed under the, rug really quickly. It seems very important towards what the story is and stuff like that, but it just seemed to me that, it's just, forgotten, and we don't ever return to it, and it's really, really an interesting plot, or subplot, but, yeah, you don't ever go back to it, but, I also do think that, this character that's introduced, later in the film really could have just been, it felt kind of unnecessary, their character. I know what they're representing, but it didn't feel necessary to include them in the film, especially when the film is already surrounded by this major message. It felt like that message just kind of beats you over the head a little bit when you're trying to try even harder to establish it when you don't really need to. I also felt like there was a lot of sequences that really could have been cut, because this film is 2 hours and 11 minutes, I think, but it's honestly a film that could have had a shorter runtime, because some scenes do linger, and honestly some of them are just conversations that really lead nowhere and have really no purpose to be in the plot. But overall I give the film a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I do like some elements of this film, but there are definitely some things that took me out. I do think that the main antagonist is a great main antagonist, and it definitely makes this antagonist its own thing, which I thought was smart, instead of copying something that's already been done a million times. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very, very divisive film. I really gotta say that. Some people will like it, and some people will not, and I completely understand people who do not. My one friend actually fell asleep right next to me watching the movie, and the other two, were like me, and they had no problem staying awake. But yeah, it's really slow. I don't know what to compare it to that was as slow as this, but it's a really, really slow movie. It's definitely not moving as fast as Get Out or Us. It feels like he wanted to take a little bit more time with this one, and while it pays off in dividends in some areas, in others it falls flat for me personally. And yeah, this is my least favorite. I think that Get Out still, like I said, it's just his best work, honestly. But I can understand others loving this film a lot, and I truly give them that, because there are some great elements to it. But yeah, for me personally, it's good, but it isn't great. So yeah, that is my review of Nope. What did you guys think of the film? Did you guys like it? Did you enjoy it? Would you watch it again? Personally, I would not. For me, it's a one and done. But as I said, the rating I give this film is a 7 out of 10. So yeah, stay stay tuned, guys. We got more content coming. I just wanted to make this video for you guys. Anyway, this is Blitz saying, please like, comment, and subscribe.